President Donald Trump accused Iran of shooting down a U.S. helicopter over the Strait of Hormuz and stated he would respond to the attack out of necessity. Pentagon confirmed that 2 crew members from the Apache helicopter, which crashed following the incident, were rescued by an American Sea drone. Trump stated that both pilots involved in the crash were safe and uninjured. He added that the United States must respond to the attack out of necessity. As of now, there has been no immediate response from Tehran regarding the U.S. president's comments. The Pentagon statement provided details on the rescue of the 2 crew members following the incident in the Strait of Hormuz. The next test is whether shipping companies and insurers decide the route is safe enough for regular traffic to resume. NASA has named the crew for its next major moon mission, Artemis III, though the astronauts will not be landing on the moon or going near it. The mission was originally planned to be the first crewed lunar landing since Apollo 17 in 1972, with 2 astronauts scheduled to set down near the moon's south pole for a week-long stay. However, NASA changed that plan in February. The agency announced the mission would instead fly only in low Earth orbit, which is barely deeper in space than the International Space Station, and would dock with prototype lunar landers. NASA's Administrator Jared Isaacman stated that the mission will still be the most complex ever. He noted that the effort will require significant coordination across government and the spaceflight community. The shift in plans was attributed to delays with SpaceX's Starship rocket. The vehicle intended to take astronauts from lunar orbit to the surface. This required testing procedures for docking with lunar landers in Earth orbit first. The next step involves this orbital test, which is necessary because Starship must be refueled in Earth orbit before it can reach the moon. Victor Wembanyama led the San Antonio Spurs to a 115-111 victory Monday night, which cut the New York Knicks lead in the best-of-7 NBA Finals to 2-1. The win marks a significant moment for the Spurs, as the team is now positioned to tie this series on Wednesday night. The Spurs are guaranteed another game at home, with Game 5 scheduled for Saturday. Spurs coach Mitch Johnson stated that he is sure Victor has numerous sources of motivation, adding that the team does not expect anything different than a strong performance. The victory also ended the Knicks' 13-game winning streak, which was the second longest in NBA postseason history. The next test for the Knicks will be on Wednesday night, as the series remains competitive heading into the next scheduled game. For fans, the next update is whether the performer announces new dates or a clearer timeline for returning to the stage. Donald Trump was booed at a basketball game in New York as he attended the NBA Finals, marking the first time a sitting U.S. president has been present for the event. The incident occurred after frustrated ticket holders waited for hours in queues that stretched more than 2 blocks outside Madison Square Garden on Monday, due to intense security restrictions surrounding the president's appearance. The New York Knicks lost to the San Antonio Spurs in Game 3 of the best-of-7 series. Trump, who attended with his granddaughter Kai Trump and Knicks owner James Dolan, was seen on large screens in the arena saluting during the national anthem. The Republican president, who was born in the New York City borough of Queens, has a history of a difficult relationship with his heavily Democratic hometown. The next test for the Knicks was the series' continuation against the San Antonio Spurs. California's Attorney General has refuted claims of election fraud made by Donald Trump regarding the state's primaries. The dispute centers on President Trump casting doubt on the results of California's primaries, alleging that voter fraud occurred. The Attorney General refuted the claims, stating they were baseless. The reporting indicates that the Attorney General addressed the allegations directly in response to the questioning. The next step involves the ongoing legal and political discussions surrounding the election results in California. President Trump is casting doubt on the results of California's primaries, claiming there was voter fraud. California's Attorney General refutes Trump's baseless claim of election fraud. Come November approaches, the governor's race in Nevada is viewed as one of the most competitive in the country, and holding the 3rd congressional district is considered crucial for Democrats hoping to regain seats in the U.S. House. In the 2nd congressional district, the race to replace retiring Representative Mark Amodei has seen President Donald Trump endorse David Flippo, a loyalist who has not previously held elected office. Meanwhile, both sides in the gubernatorial contest have campaigned on promises to challenge the Trump administration. This follows actions by figures like Ford, who filed numerous lawsuits against the federal government. The Republican nominee reportedly has a good chance of winning in November, according to figures showing registered Republicans outnumber Democrats by 70,000 in the 2nd District. The state of Nevada itself is noted as a swing state, a place where Donald Trump previously claimed the 2020 election was stolen, despite officials finding no evidence of widespread fraud.